Hello and welcome back. Today I made a quick video about this brand of solder flux that I've been using for a couple years now. Well, not the brand so much as the syringe that it comes in. It's made by MG Chemicals and it works fine as far as flux goes, but for some reason the company recently decided to start making the plunger of the syringe too loose, like it won't fit in the barrel, it won't stay in the barrel, which when combined with my butterfingers means that it will inevitably end up on the floor at some point when I'm trying to use it. According to them, this is an intentional design and I hate it. If anyone can recommend a decent flux for around the same price, I think this was like $15, let me know. Anyway, to resolve this issue, I first jumped into Tinkercad, and as you can see, I've made basically the barrel flange, and I did that by taking a picture of it and outlining it in Photoshop, and I changed that into an SVG. I have a video going more in depth on how to do this, so I'll throw it up at the end of this video if you want to check it out. I also did the same steps with these little inserts to make sure that what I come up with snaps into the flange. Next, what I basically did was duplicate this and size it up by about 4 millimeters all the way around. Then I aligned the original one to the center of it and grouped them together, which left it hollow. Then I just cut away what I didn't need. I cleaned it up a little and added those two prongs to stop the plunger from falling out of the barrel. I also added a curved back. And now I'm going to make this look a little better by going into Fusion 360. So what I'm going to do is select this one that I've refined just a little more and go to Export. But instead of clicking STL, I'll click Open with Fusion 360. Now, in my experience, this can take several tries for it to actually open up in Fusion 360. And if there's an update available for 360, it will not open at all until you update. But once I finally got it to open, I selected this face, and I wanted to make it more ergonomic, I guess, more comfortable for the finger. So I clicked Modify, Edit Face, and if I click all 4 of these faces here, I'll just show you, it will make the entire thing flatter, which isn't what I want to do. What I want is a nice curve. So I'm going to back up and grab just these 2 squares and drag them down about 4 millimeters. I clicked OK, and now there's a nice curve for my fingers to sit. And now I'm going to make it look a little bit prettier and just get rid of the rough edges by grabbing them and clicking Fillet. I'm not worried about the top side. In this orientation it's the bottom, but it's going to be the top when it's actually being used. Zoom sound. Zooming out. I'm also going to fillet these edges a little bit. And to help these slide onto the barrel flange easier, I'm going to chamfer the inside edges. Zooming in. Zoom. And I don't know if this is going to help or not because the model's so small, but I'm also going to chamfer these little guys so they can kind of clip in and hang on to the flange easier. Okay, and that's about all I'm going to do to it. It's pretty nice being able to export into Fusion 360 so I can get those nice little filleted edges, especially since you can't really do it easily in Tinkercad. But now, I'm going to save this as an STL, so I'm going to come over here and click the little arrow next to Bodies to open this drop down. And I'm going to right click Body 1 and go to Save as Mesh. That's going to open up this window, but I'm not going to change anything over here. I'm just going to click OK. Then I'll name it whatever I want to name it and save it. Now I can just open it up like normal in Cura, and I'm just using the low quality setting here on the SV06 profile. I'm also going to turn the model sideways so that the layer lines are going along the part where I'll be applying pressure, just to keep it from easily snapping. I'm also not really worried about any supports. It's so small, I think it'll be fine. But I'm going to print it with the brim so that the nozzle or a piece of rogue filament doesn't just knock it over or take it out, and then I have to start all over. And it's pretty much a quick print here, not going to take very long at all. Okay, and here it is printed. I tried to get a good angle so you could see the little tabs on the inside, but it wasn't working out too well. Anyway, let's see if it fits on the syringe. It does, and it makes a satisfying little clicking sound when it's in place. Nice little bonus there, and it's holding on pretty well. Full disclosure, this is like my 5th attempt at these. You can see here I started with just squared off pieces, and that's how I figured out that these hurt my fingers, so, so they sucked. Anyway, there you go. Feels pretty good in the hand, doesn't poke my fingers, and it holds the plunger from falling out. Now I don't have to worry about it falling onto the floor, or rolling under the desk, or disappearing into Never Never Land. So, mission accomplished. Alright, that's all I've got for you today. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. I appreciate you tuning in. Catch you in the next one. And as always, have the best day ever. Zoom sound.